Hi, today we are going to talk about two things that are personally very close to my heart. And if you are in a leadership role, I'm sure these two words are very important for you. So, what are we talking about today? Today, we are talking about trust and teams, the two T's that are very critical for any leader, any business. So, let's begin. Now, in my coaching interventions and my trainings with business owners and with business leaders, one question that keeps coming up is, Prashant, how do we build trust with our team? We have heard a lot about the importance of trust. We understand trust is very important for our business to grow, for our team to perform. But how do we build trust? Now, this question is a good question to ask. But the biggest challenge that I have seen when people ask this question is that they're looking for a shortcut. The intention behind question is to know a formula that they can go to work and apply and get results immediately. It does not work that way. Now you need to ask yourself, be honest with yourself. Ask yourself this question right now. Who in your life do you trust? It could be at work, it could be in your personal life. Just answer that question. Okay? Now, once you have the answer to this question, then ask yourself, how did they earn that trust with you? And after that, ask yourself, when, at what exact moment in your life, in your relationship with them, did you start trusting them? Was it January 1st, 2020? Was it September 21, 2020? Was it yesterday at 5 p.m.? Was it today at 6 a.m.? At what time did you start trusting that person? Now, when you think about this, you will not have an answer to these questions because it is not one single moment when you start trusting each other, and it is not a method that somebody follows, steps that somebody takes so that you start trusting them. Understand this first, and if you understand this, it will be very easy for you to make trust as a very important element of your team and your business. So, what am I trying to say? What I'm trying to say right now is that trust is a feeling. It's a feeling that evolves with time. Now, the good news is that being social animals as humans, we want to trust people. It's not that I want to distrust everyone, nor do you. We are constantly looking for belonging. We are looking for companionship. We are looking for relationships. We are looking for a group of people to be associated with. So that is our inherent need. Okay, that's built in our software. So that is the good news. But trust cannot just be built. Trust is something that needs to be earned. And for you to earn that trust, you need to be someone who is trustworthy. If you are worth trusting is when people will trust you. So what is in your control? What can you do that will increase the chances of people trusting you? That is a question to be answered, and that's something that you can work on. Now, I believe there are two elements that are very important and are foundational elements of building trust with any human being in any relationship. Number one is compassion. Once you treat people as people, once you do not treat your team as resources, as people who have been hired to just deliver a certain job, give you a certain result, perform a certain way, behave a certain way, once you don't treat them that way and you understand the person behind that employee, that resource that you have hired sitting on that chair, the chances of them trusting you, the chances of you trusting them both ways increase because you start connecting as people. So the chances of trust evolving and emerging with time in your relationships becomes very high. And the second thing that's very important is congruence. Congruence in your words, your actions, and your behaviors, which means as a leader, you have certain expectations that you have from your team, right? You want them to behave a certain way, talk a certain way, be a certain way, so that it brings in the best possible output for the business, which is understood and which is very important. What is missing in most of the entrepreneurs and leaders is that they do not follow what they expect from their team. You are asking them to do certain things, be a certain way, but you are not following those things. It will not work. Your team, your business is a reflection of you, the entrepreneur. So the biggest person at fault is you. So if you are not displaying those behaviors consistently, if you're not displaying those actions consistently that you're expecting from them, your team will not trust you, because they're like, he says something, he does something else, he does it one day, he doesn't do it the other day, he wants us to do these things, but he does not follow the same values, he does not follow the same discipline. So the team cannot trust you. They're just taking you at your authority because they work for you, so they're probably just doing things for you, but that is not bringing out their best. It's not helping them, it's not helping you, it's not helping the organization to the best that it can. Because we know it, I don't have to tell you this. An organization where there is a team that trusts each other, there's a team that trusts the leader, there's a leader who trusts the team, trust becomes an integral part of the entire organization. It can take organization forward leaps and bounds. So whatever I said, I'm sure these are not the things that you never heard before. These are the basics, but the problem is that the basics are missing. You're expecting a scientific model. You're expecting a 1, 2, 3 formula which will help you build trust. It does not work that way. This is human emotions, human feelings. It's not manipulation, or at least I do not know how to manipulate. I can only teach you how to make it real, how to make it a way of your being, and how to actually build authentic trust with your team or in any relationship. So that can happen only with 2 foundational elements. Number 1, compassion. Connect with people as people. Be real with them, and you will also feel better. You are a person. Accept that, understand that you also need it. Don't just look at it as a mechanism. Don't just look at it as a formula. As a social animal, I'm sure you would love to be connected with your team. You would also want them to treat you like a person, connect with you as a person, because you also need that. You spend so much time with them. So look at it in a very honest way. You need it, they need it. So connect with them as people. It helps everyone personally and professionally. And number 2 is congruence. If you expect something, you also display that. Be congruent in your actions, in your words, and your behavior. And once you do this, the chances of trust evolving quicker and sooner is much, much higher with your team and with any relationship that you have. And see the magic happen when you do this consistently. The trust will just evolve.